So, hey ladies, I wanted to cover some of this last week, but Liz was super excited talking about everything we were discussing last week, and I actually wanted to cover this in more detail. Personally, kind of having seen the growth of my business over the last month with using Chat GPT, utilizing, all of like the social media apps that we're using and stuff. So really, I wanted to kind of delve into how you can grow your social media. Obviously, we know that we're in today's where we have to grow organically, authentically. We don't want to be doing anything that doesn't sit in an alignment with us. So I have kind of found over the last couple of weeks being more busy than ever, utilizing Chat GPT to help me plan my day. So I'm just going to kind of run through why social media and contact growth matters. So, your business is what's going to keep moving forward if you constantly speak to new people and if you're growing your contact list. So, if you're going for a spell where you feel like your SV's low, you can't find your team, you just have to speak to more people. The more conversations that you are having with people, all of the problems that are going on with income, with business partners, with people not showing up in your team, it is because we're not recruiting and speaking to enough people. And every single successful person I've ever been like, I've heard at an event, they just say that you have to just keep recruiting, and when you look at people that are the elites in this business, they never stop talking to people. And that's the difference. What we tend to do is that we get to a stage where we recruit a couple of people and we're like, great, and then we completely take our feet off and we stop having conversations with people and we stop connecting with people. So, social proof also helps build trust. So being able to kind of like, socially document how you've grown your business, like, how you're doing all of this, via GPT, it's going to also encourage your team members that, that they don't have to have a huge mass following and all of that type of stuff. And you've got to think as well, like the bigger the reach that you have on your social media, that's more customers and more affiliates. So it's not by accident that all of the people in America are absolutely thriving because that they have a huge pool of people that either are customers or they're not customers that will be then customers. So you've got to think if you are not growing and you are in the same place that what you were at January, it's because you're not having enough conversations, you're not speaking to enough people, which isn't giving you a bigger reach to sell to more people, which is obviously what a compensation plan's all about now. So if we look at how Chat GPT can help, it can literally help do engagement posts for you. It can help write you captions. It can create scripts for DMs and follow-ups. It can generate hashtags and bios. It can help plan you reels, stories, and content themes, and it can help build curiosity without being salesy. So if you are somebody that personally struggles with time elements of being really busy and you kind of get to like this time of evening, you've put the kids to bed or you've just finished work or whatever, and you're like, I haven't posted anything, I haven't had any conversations, your energy and your vibration is going to be all the way down here because the entire day has zapped you out. You really want to be doing the conversation making and everything else in the beginning of your day when you're at your peak. But what you can also do is utilize Chat GPT to give you those ideas when you do have brain fog. You don't have to know everything of every day of what you're going to post. But if you can kind of like, so what I'll tend to do is like if I'm making a reel, I will kind of go in to say, write me a bio for my reel which which talks about breastfeeding and all of this type of stuff. You can literally give it just like some minor details and it will come up with things and it will say, is this suitable or do you want it more casual or do you want it more professional? And you can ask it a couple of things over and over until you get the right thing. And again, it will create you hashtags and all of these types of things. And again, it will just help you stay consistent through these periods. And I'm actually doing a Super Sunday training on being consistent. And this is what happens. It's the summer holidays now, it's the school holidays. This is the busiest period ever. So utilize this app to enable you to kind of like plan your day and, take all the rest, take all this stuff out, which isn't really necessary, which is also necessary to keep you authentically consistent on social media. But at the same time, you still need to be having those conversations as well as obviously doing this. So It can help you define your ideal audience. So you could literally put in Chat GPT, and these are everything that I've done. I don't know why that number's there. So it helped me create a contact plan to attract women aged between 25 and 45 interested in anti-aging skincare and wellness. You can literally ask it anything. So if you're kind of at a stage in your business where you kind of feel like, am I prospecting the right people? Am I connecting to the right people? You can literally put in there your ideal people and it will kind of say, create a content plan for me for how I'm going to find that. So a content plan would be the type of reels that you can do, like bio reels and hook reels that you can get these people into your social media. But if you're not utilizing Chat GPT, like you're literally missing a trick. Anything that you're thinking about in your mind to find your perfect business partner is literally in this app. And you can do this, define your ideal prospect or, all of this type of stuff. But like have a play around with Chat GPT and it will really kind of give you um it would just give you a better focus rather than kind of feeling like you're lost and you don't really know where to start if you're struggling trying to find your ideal audience. And then we've got it helps you grow your contact list. So you can do things like give me 10 creative ways to find new contacts online. Write a friendly DM I can send somebody who's followed me from a reel or something. And you could then put, include Facebook group, Instagram, school mums, gym friends. This will literally give you ways to find new people to talk to. So if you're sat there and you're thinking, okay, well, if I need to grow my social media and I want new customers and I can't find anybody, ask ChatGPT to show you how to find them. And this is everything that we already know, but we're not utilizing it because if we were all utilizing it, we'd be on all the success trips and we'd be having all the success that we want right now. So make sure that you're using these examples. And when you have team members coming in, you're going through this with them, you're showing them how effective ChatGPT is. If they're then struggling to find their niche or they're then struggling to find, new customers to sell to, you can get them to utilize the app and then it then gives them the independence to say, okay, so I'm going to type this on ChatGPT. How can I find people? And it will then show them and give them ideas and ways of how to find new people to talk to as well. So this is an idea of something that I followed last week, and I literally just put something like create a 7-day content calendar for a busy mum to a newborn with two other children that I'm homeschooling, promoting wellness and skincare. So if you can see, just
Yeah.
so if you can literally see here, ChatGPT did this. It literally created it in a table for me. So it's kind of labeled it Monday to Sunday. You've got the lifestyle focus, and it's literally telling me. So my story focus is going to be a morning stretch and a smoothie shot. And then it then gives me ideas of a reel that I could do. And then at the end of it, it says share your wellness intention for the week, use relatable captions. That has literally done that for me in about 30 seconds. And I then have a 7-day content plan that I know what to post to stay consistent with my reels because I know that reels is what gives me new audience and new eyes and new engagement. And it's taken like everything out. It just takes all the stress out. And I followed this. Um, and what I shared last week was this was the kind of thing of having followed those real examples of what it told me to do. Because again, that I would be one week I'd be consistent with reels and I'd know what to post. I'd be going into Zara and I'd be, taking videos of clothes and stuff. And then I'd get home and be like the following week, oh, well, I've not had a chance to go to Zara today, so I haven't done a reel. I don't even need to do that. Like I could literally just do a reel of me doing my morning stretch and drinking a smoothie. Like it doesn't need to be all these these great fantastic shots that you think that you need. So you can see here from obviously doing over like the last, so you can see here, so I done so like 3 reels in the space of kind of like a couple of days. Like the reach on my reels has been the highest that they've ever been before ever. And that is utilizing ChatGPT telling me what to post and to use their hashtags and their bios and everything else. It even like, you can even ask it, give me a trending music to work with my reel or something. So you can see here that I've had 41.6% of non-followers that have hit my page from doing a reel. And then these were the insights. So you can see here I had 130 new people in the space of a week follow me on the back of those three reels. And then, so that was last week. And then this week, I've obviously then done just one reel, which got nearly 10,000 views on it. And again, that's then given me another 129 new followers within a space of another week. And this is literally just doing a reel. And I'm the busiest, as Danielle can see yesterday when she came and visited me. I'm the busiest that I have ever been in my life. I'm homeschooling, I'm doing private lessons for Zara, doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I literally don't have the bandwidth to be thinking about all of this type of stuff, but I have to stay consistent because I need to speak to new people constantly and utilizing this app. Like every single, business person I see talking on social media talks about Chat GPT, and we can really utilize it. And again, new people that come into our social media that don't have that social media presence, like this is going to teach them as well. And on the back of doing these reels, I have then had three separate companies in the last week ask me to do a collaboration. So Beartown is a local kind of like, it's amazing. It's like loads of little mini villages and things, and the girls can go in and pretend to be hairdressers and postmans and shopkeepers and things like that. And I've been there twice before and I've paid for it. And then I then opened up this message to say, would you like to join us for a PR visit? And then Jack's, the toy company. So like notice the followers like 10K. So what they then ask you to do is, could you do a reel talking, in stories to promote your visit and stuff like that? So then I am then being seen by a ton of mums that are also taking their kids to this bear group. And if I'm doing catching reels of like how you can earn money from home through the school holidays or something, that's going to catch these people in this bracket. And then I've then got a Jacks of London, which is a toy company. It's like, the most amazing wooden toys and things like that that you come. I've got 44,000 potential prospects that are going to see my giveaway. So they asked me if I would do a giveaway or something. And again, like this literally has come from the last week of following that content plan. And then this jewelry company, I've actually had I've had three different separate jewelries from this company. And I mean, I don't have huge amounts of following, and you don't need huge amounts of following. And as we know from like Begins With You, it's not about the people with a huge social media following. It's if I have all of my followers that engage and talk to me, that is better than having 100,000 followers and only 100 people message you and speak to you about it. They are looking for the micro influencers like us that have really good retention and really good conversation rates with our people that are following us. And this is amazing that this is giving us free advertisement to potentially kind of be in eyes of people that would literally love to do what we do. So just to kind of follow on, and I wanted to show you that, I started Nu Skin and I had about 560 followers. And I haven't been a huge success with my social media because for 2 years I was doing the Facebook shout out system, completely forgot about my Instagram. That's not an excuse, but I just genuinely didn't build and do anything on it. But what I want to show you is that, with this, you are still human. So you don't want to get into the habit of just copying and pasting everything. The posting, the content planning, yes. But if you're using the feature of like, you could put in, for example, somebody's messaged you a shitty message to say, I don't want to be a part of your pyramid scheme. You could put that in Chat GPT to say, can you give me a friendly response back? On the basis of being partnered with Nu Skin, enterprises that was founded 40 years ago. You can, copy and paste things like that, but don't utilize it to the extent where you completely forget who you are, because people, you are the voice and you are the story of obviously your brand and what you're trying to create. But this is just going to really help you stay consistent. And on days when you feel like you don't know who you are, it would define and help you with that. But one thing I do want to really encourage you is the reason why these collaborations are so important is because it's what helps grow your social media following. So I actually did, I'm just trying to see it here. So this bit here, I did a Dyson giveaway, which is when like Perry kind of did hers, and I had 61.6 thousand views on that particular reel. And then my social media following went from like, what's it there? To like 1,100 to nearly 3,500 in literally the space of like a week. By being able to collab with these companies that then say, let's do a giveaway together. So you might have a brow artist, you might have a hairdresser, and you could say, do you fancy doing a collaboration on X, Y, and Z? You're just getting a way for people to find you on your social media that aren't seeing you yet. And you can see here, and I've left the dates. My social media has been static. So in 2021, I was on 39, and I'm not even at 5,000 yet, but I'm excited. In the last 2 weeks, I've grown over 200 followers in the space of a week. And it's because we're utilizing this. So I really, and again, here, this is what I did. I think I did like £100 giveaway on H&M. It was my own money, and I'm not expecting you all to fork out £100. But again, you've got to think, if I had a spare £20 that I earned from selling X, Y, and Z, could I do a voucher? People love free stuff. They absolutely love free stuff. Like, I had a girl back in COVID that was obsessed with like home bargains. She literally did a huge home bargains order, which was like £50 of like bleach and um the daddy scrubs and all these types of things, and did a giveaway on her page. Like, it doesn't need to be expensive, it doesn't need to be grand, but a giveaway enables people to have to like your post, share your post, and follow you. And again, so my social media kind of like following went from like 3960 to then, just over that. And then I had 10,000 people all view and see that post on there. And I think there's like over 500 comments on those. And then, that was a crazy one. So I kind of really just want to encourage you all to kind of, utilize the app. If there's anything in your business that you're struggling with, ask it to help you. I got a new unit yesterday. I took a picture of it and I said, decorate this space for me. And it literally sent me a picture of my unit with like bits and pieces on it. It is literally amazing, and it's going to help you grow this. And the reason why it's so important that we're doing this is because this is where your business will accelerate. And if you're doing giveaways on the basis of what your brand is on social media, you're going to attract the right people. Because I think we can all admit we all have, had people or had conversations in our business, and you're like, God, how on earth did I attract that person? Because you're sending out the wrong messages to the wrong people. Whereas if you're doing things that you enjoy, you're doing giveaways on kid clothes, or it could be like a crystal set that you're really passionate about and you can afford to maybe just buy one and then give it away or something. Like, it can literally be anything and everything. But one thing I just literally wanted to like lastly touch on is it's month end tomorrow. So where are you with your volume? Obviously, making sure that if you're a brand rep, 250 DCSV has to be done to maintain your brand rep. And then obviously the 2,000 points. We obviously still have the boost sale that's going on. So are we still talking about it? Are we still using it every day on our stories? Is there anybody that asked at the beginning of the month that you could follow up with? Again, Chat GPT, write me a gentle, non-pushy follow-up message for somebody that was interested in a product at the beginning of the month or something. With your team, is there anybody that is kind of like near 1,000 points that you can kind of encourage them to get to 1,000 points to reach their LOI? Is there anybody that's near coming in that could be near to the star content what is it, the creators thing, which is where if you help a new brand affiliate do 500 DCSV, you get the code which you can either keep to yourself or you can give to them. That has been extended now. It was on the New Skin Facebook page. So there is so much to kind of be doing up until month end tomorrow. Payday is obviously going to be tomorrow as well. So you could maybe do a story just to say, I'm topping up on some of my essentials. Let me know if you want to add into your order. And obviously, not to forget, we still have this amazing subscription thing on obviously the top ups with the Lumi Spa and stuff. So don't end tonight thinking, do you know what, I'm going to start in August. If you've got somebody that's come in that's got a big order, put it in today, tonight, tomorrow, and don't wait till August, because obviously we've got the wave of the summer sale that's happening as well. So you still have a huge opportunity to grow your business and promotions in August as well. So before I end the call, is there anything anybody wanted to come on and share that's working ahead of month end tomorrow, or anything else? No. Perfect. So I hope that's been helpful. I have recorded this. If you want the slides to go over anything, then obviously just let me know. But go and have fun with it. If your bio on your Instagram's looking a bit dull, it kind of I put a thing in there to say, you know, it kind of said like I said give me an audit on my Instagram, and it literally gave me an audit, and I'll send it in the WhatsApp, and it literally said this is what your Instagram's good at, and then it then said this is what you could improve on, and it said that I needed a hook in my bio to attract the right people, to kind of like when people go on, what are they following me for? And then it gave me some tips on how to grow my social, like how to grow to 10K. Because I said, how can I grow my social media to 10,000 by like December? And it gave me all these audit things. This is what your profile's great at, but this is what it's not great at. So maybe do that. Take a screenshot of your Instagram or Facebook, put it into Chat GPT to say, can you tell me what's good and what needs improving on my social media to grow to 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. And it's a good audit. And then that way you then know what reels to then start with, because it will then kind of tell you where to start. So I hope that's been helpful. Have the best day and month end tomorrow. Please try and make sure before you go to bed tomorrow night your goals are written up for August, because August essentially is the start of the month and you need to know what you're striving for then. All right, ladies?
Thank you. Thanks.
Amazing. See you later. Bye.
Bye.